Hey, it's your buddy Moo Juice Magic here, and we're going to be talking about that footage you saw. We're going to watch the rest of it. It is from a Humboldt County Sheriff's Office release video, like a press release. So it's going to have the sheriff addressing it, 911 call, and then the actual footage. You don't actually see the man get shot, but what happens is, guy shoots a woman, guy gets shot by cops, and we'll go from there.
Hello, I'm Humboldt County Sheriff William Hansel. I'm here to talk about a critical incident that occurred on April 25th, 2024. This incident involved a deputy discharging his service weapon in the area of Cutton outside of Eureka. After a critical incident, we aim to share as much information as possible as soon as the investigation permits. On April 25th, 2024, at approximately 10:31 a.m., the Sheriff's Office Emergency Communications Center received a 911 call reporting that a person had been shot in the 2400 block of Fern Street in Eureka.
911, where's your emergency?
There's a man.
Hello?
You shot me.
Hello?
Number 501.
What's the address? Okay, take a deep breath and tell me your address.
Hello. Sorry.
Take a deep breath and tell me your address. I don't know where you are. I need to know where you are. What is it? I'm sorry, what are the numbers? Oh, I need to know the address. What's the address?
What?
Hello?
What? Hello.
What's the address?
Fern.
And what happened?
Huh?
What happened?
I've been shot twice.
You've been shot? Where at on your body have you been shot?
I don't know, on my side and I can't move right now.
Okay, I'm going to transfer you to medical. Do not hang up, okay? Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
The guy walked up my driveway. I was standing in my driveway. He had a gun in his right hand. He raised the gun and shot me twice.
Okay. And
please hurry.
Deputies and medical personnel were immediately dispatched to the area. While deputies were en route, it was learned that a white male adult walked up to a 75-year-old woman who was standing in front of her house, and he shot at her multiple times. The woman was struck by the gunfire, and the suspect fled on foot westbound on Fern Street towards Walnut Avenue. A deputy and a sergeant were doubled up and arrived on scene at approximately 10:38 a.m.
It's a big-ass car.
As they arrived, they observed a subject matching the description of the suspect as he was walking on Fern. The deputies exited the patrol vehicle and contacted the suspect at gunpoint. The suspect refused the commands and orders to stop and fled into a residence in the 2400 block of Fern. An additional deputy arrived on scene, and the three deputies surrounded the residence while additional units were en route to that area. At approximately 10:40 a.m., the suspect exited the residence out of the front door and walked towards the deputies located on Fern Street. As soon as the deputies observed him exiting, the suspect was holding a handgun at his side. The suspect refused commands and he pointed the firearm at the deputies. At this point, one of the deputies fired his service weapon at the suspect. The suspect dropped the firearm and fell to the ground. The deputies ran up to the suspect, secured him in handcuffs, and emergency medical assistance was called to the scene. A hasty search was conducted inside the residence to ensure that there were no further victims or suspects inside. The deputies then returned to the suspect and rendered medical aid by packing his wounds and performing CPR. Paramedics arrived on scene and took over the medical care of the suspect and the 75-year-old female victim. Both were subsequently transported to an area hospital for treatment. Deputy Travis Rogers and Sergeant Conan Moore were the first deputies on scene. Deputy Rogers' body-worn camera was activated when the deputies arrived on scene, and Sergeant Moore's body-worn camera was activated at the point of the shooting. In accordance with the law and Sheriff's Office policy and procedures, body-worn camera videos will be released to promote transparency and to inform the public. As a warning, viewers may find this video disturbing and it's not suitable for children. You will now see the body-worn camera video of the deputies who were on scene at the time of the shooting.
Show me your fucking hands! Show me your hands! He's got a gun. Did you get him?
Yeah. Don't move!
97, shots fired, shots fired.
Hold on.
97,
85,
shots fired, suspect down.
Request request medical code 3. Keep your hands out. We'll just move up.
Yep.
Move up.
I'm gonna get the gun.
Move up.
I'm gonna get the gun.
Yep. Do not move. Do not move. God damn it. Roll him over. Cuff him up.
Through.
Cuff him up. God damn. 10-6. Request medical code 3.
X13, medical code 3, suspect being detained.
All right, so yeah, sorry about the double camera footage there. I don't know why they released it that way. Maybe to save time or tax money. I have no idea what Billy Hansel was thinking. By the way, I don't have any issues with William Hansel. I think he's a decent fellow. I've met him a handful of times, like briefly, and he was always very cordial. Seems like he's doing a decent job. I know I'll get some hate for that because he's got a lot of detractors out there, but I try to stay on the good side of Johnny Law. If you're on the other side of that, I can understand why you'd have a problem. So this situation is crazy. It doesn't show the footage of the actual shots, like coming from the officer shooting, that I can tell. I didn't see any shooting. I didn't see the guy with the gun in his hand until he's on the ground. It's hard to tell with this kind of footage. Everything looks like a clean shot to me, a clean shoot. The dude walked up and shot a 70-year-old, 75-year-old woman. That's not how you deal with your neighbors, dude. Like, the guy is 32, I think. I don't know this fellow. I didn't know him anyway. There's a lot of people out there on the news sites talking about how he's an honorable person and this and that. Look, dude, honorable people don't go and fire 2 rounds into 75-year-old women in the driveway. That's not how it works. That's not an honorable thing to do. You kind of lose your honorability and credibility there when you do something like that with me. What was that old woman going to do to you? She wasn't armed. She wasn't picking a fight with you, was she? Did you feel like you were threatened? Did you feel like your life was on the line? What do you guys think about this? Because we don't have a lot of information about this incident up to that point or after this point. The lady did live. She was transported to a hospital, the same hospital, as they said, as the victim. There's only one hospital in the area. So after that, she was transferred to a rehabilitation facility, which I have no idea how she's doing now. I don't know who she is. I know that neighborhood. I don't know the neighbors or the people there very well. It's not somewhere I frequent. I pass by it frequently, but don't stop in that particular part of the town too often. So what do you guys think about this? I know there's not a lot of information. If you're local, let me know what you think. Did you know the fellow that did this, Kevin Burks? I never met the guy. He's a little younger than me. Didn't hang out in the same circles as obviously as that guy. I have no clue about him. They go into his house. They say warrant, because they just want to clear the house. I don't know why he said warrant. It's not a matter of having a warrant. But they're clearing the house. And there's nothing else going on. The house looks clean. It looks fine. I don't want to show the footage of the house on the inside because I don't know if the guy has a family. It kind of looked like a family house, you know. I don't know. I don't want to talk negatively about the guy, but he shot a 75-year-old woman twice in her driveway. I don't know what I can say positive about someone that did that. I don't understand why. I've never heard anyone say why he did that. There's never been anything that came out in the news. This happened in April, and they just released this footage like a couple days ago. And there's nothing to say that she was a threat to him. There's nothing leading up to what caused this. I don't know if this dude was on drugs, which in this area would not surprise me. I'm not saying he is. To clarify, if you're friends with the guy, I'm not saying that. But you can't, in good conscience, be friends with this guy and say, oh, it's totally justified that he went and shot this old woman unprovoked in her driveway. He was at her house, man. He walked up to her and shot her. And I guess some people are saying it's in front of her sister. I don't know. That's the weird thing when it's local. It's so close to home. I could ask a couple people, but the wound's still pretty fresh. I don't know. It sucks that he's gone. It sucks that he chose that. Another thing to mention, guys, if your videos, well, why did the cop keep shooting him? Why did the cop shoot more than once? Why don't you shoot him in the leg? Blah, blah, blah. This dude shot a 70-year-old woman twice with a .40 caliber Glock. Glock 23 is 40 cal. And she was fine enough to call 911. That's why you shoot until the threat ends, by the way. Not that the old lady's a threat. That's not what I'm saying. Don't go ice old ladies. But in a self-defense situation, This is why people shoot more than once, okay? You don't just pop and it's over. It's sometimes people are still going after them. So don't judge, you know, what cops always do or what you see in videos if you don't have any experience whatsoever, because you don't actually know what the fuck you're talking about. In this case, no one knows what the fuck we're talking about except for this report and this video, because there's no backstory. There's no after story. There's nothing yet. I think things are probably still being investigated, or at least the investigation just wrapped because they just released the footage. So they'll probably have more information in the upcoming days. But, I mean, obviously it's kind of point and click. That's the end of it. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you feel like this was handled appropriately? I guess, I don't know, man. Just, I don't know. Do you think it's honorable to shoot a 72-year-old woman, like, in her driveway? I don't. I feel like there's other ways to handle neighborly disputes that don't require you to shoot your neighbor. But that's just me. And maybe she had a gun. I don't know. It never says. I never saw anything that suggests that. The cops would have said if she had a firearm. It would have been out in the report that she had a firearm. If she had a firearm. At least that's my understanding of it. So I don't know. Maybe she acted like she was going to draw down on him and he shot. We'll never know, because this is the path the dude chose. And then he came out with his gun. He was in the house and came out of the house still brandishing his firearm to the cops. That is a 100% good way to punch your ticket permanently. I don't know if the guy was depressed and this was his way out, or if he just snapped, or what, man. Stress is a crazy thing, especially in this area. So, I don't know. Anyway, be safe, stay frosty, and hopefully you guys have a good day that's not, you know, getting shot. That's my hope for you, is that none of you get... I don't think any of you guys are going to play the stupid games to win the stupid prizes. So, anyway, all right. I'm Muji's Magic, and I'm going to go drink a glass of water and avoid getting into a conflict that requires me to shoot a neighbor. Weird.